Here's one that's popped up. Mets righty Frankie Montas has a high-grade lat strain, according to his manager, Carlos Mendoza. He's going to be shut down for 6 to 8 weeks. He's going to get a PRP injection. And then once he does come back, they're going to give him a full spring training process. So I haven't seen exact math, but
see you in July.
Yeah, halfway through the season, if that. This is someone who's battled some serious injuries in the past and taken a while to get himself right. They signed him for 2 years, $34 million. This was the risk with the way that they're operating with starters, right? AJ chose to go more of the Montas route, the shorter term guys, the experiments. It worked out beautifully last year, but it's not always the case. I'm not going to criticize the player, but I did criticize the organization for this signing. So did the other two people that you see on the screen right now. This was not one I felt good about, and it's not off to a good start. He's an injury-prone starter for many years.
Yep, that's it. It sucks. It sucks to say injury-prone, but he didn't pitch for 2 years, signed 1 year with the Brewers, right? Or the Reds, got traded to the Brewers, and now he signed it, and he has he had a good year, I guess. I don't know, a decent year. And then showed some flashes at the end, yeah. And then now he signs a 2-year deal, and the Mets are like, here's $30+ million. You had to see this coming. It's as much as it sucks, and people want to get on Rendon, and they want to get on this guy for being hurt and this guy for being hurt. Frankie Montas is kind of flown under the radar, but don't forget, when the Yankees made that trade for him, he was supposed to be the next in line to be another big star for him and never really pitched, right? And then he becomes a free agent, signs, and miraculously he pitches again, and then now he signs a 2-year deal, and now he's hurt. I mean, you never want to see anyone get hurt. But gosh, this is just a vicious cycle, man, that he seems to stuck in, and we need him to get out of it.
Will this push them to make that move that they should have made before, that trade move? Because they don't want to go long-term. So if you have a starting pitcher, Luis Castillo, Dylan Cease, hey, you know what? We could kind of get into the water. To me, that would be a major, major upgrade for this Mets team, because that would be somebody that would solidify it. Now, all of a sudden, you have Minaya as a number 2. Not saying he would slide in behind Castillo, but he would definitely slide in as number 2 behind Dylan Cease. Like, maybe this is the type of move, or this type of something like this happens. Now they might jump into that trade market land. I don't think they will, because they liked what they had, but it's interesting.
Kodai Senga's super talented, but he's also had a lot of injury issues in his career. I get it. They're arms. They're injury prone. But there are still some players that you can bank on more than others. Yeah, for Montas, the last time he had an ERA plus that was above league average, so above league average pitcher, was for a full season 2021.
What do we always say?
Oakland A's.
Shoulders is what he ended up coming down with when he came to New York. Not saying he had it before he got there. However it happened, shoulders are tough. They are so tough to come back from. So tough.
Yeah. And, when we criticized the deal at the time, we caught some flack online from people that were like, he was a different guy with Milwaukee. I'm like, he was there for 5 minutes. Relax. He's been in the league for a while. You do go to different orgs and try different things, and it can totally work. Sean Manaea is the ultimate story. We've talked about him many times and what he did last year. But Sean Manaea has also been on the field a lot more, and still, even at his low times, has just been much more consistent. I mean, Montas still put it together a 4.5 ERA. Right? In that range. 4.84 ERA last year.
Can I just say this? Like,
what?
He was a different pitcher. Cincinnati, he had a 5.01 ERA. Milwaukee had a 4.55 ERA. It's not like he went from crazy good to crazy. I mean, from good to really good. I mean, he went from below average to a little bit around average. I don't know. I mean, what's considered average? I mean, ERA plus, he went from 88 to 92. That's still below league average, right? So maybe they're banking on another year. He's going to continue to go up and up and up. But, I mean, this was the risk of signing this contract that we knew. I mean, listen, Frankie Montas has made a lot of money. Now I need him to stay healthy and go out there and pitch, please.
So when that was going on, I did a little back and forth. I love to do that with fans. I got hit with look at the strikeout rate. Look at the strikeout numbers. I'm like, yo, I love strikeout rates and strikeout numbers, and I believe in changes. But I'm like, it is such a small sample size without remembering what the game log was, who was he facing, all of that. Just a really small sample size. And it was a 2-year contract for $34 million to get the insurance in case something like this happened with an opt-out in case he was amazing. I'm fine with opt-outs. It's usually a good situation. But for this kind of pitcher, I was surprised that he got really nice money and an opt-out on a 2-year contract. It just is what it is. So now it's Senga, it's David Peterson, who was awesome for them last year, really broke out finally. Clay Holmes, who's going to learn how to be a starter this coming season. You usually worry about a pitcher fading down the stretch, even if it does work out in the first half. Paul Blackburn coming back from serious injury. Griffin Canning, who has not been good, but has been pretty healthy usually. And there's others, right, that are going to be competing for spots. But the rotation compared to the Phillies is a massive difference. And even right now, the rotation compared to the Braves. Again, I like the Mets. They can finish first, second, or third in the division. But when Eric Kratz received so much crap for saying they're a third-place team, he was not off.
I'm on probation with Mets, so I have only 9 words that I can say before Mets fans get on me again. But depth is key in a tough division. Mets need...
Hey, everybody. Be sure to like and subscribe for more content.
We're back here every weekday, all year long, so do not miss an episode.
The videos are coming in all day. Here's another video you might enjoy.
Baseball the way it should be covered.
More depth, and it's going to be tested right out the gate.